You're welcome to Kash Talks with WE. Hope you enjoyed the last episode. This time around, we're bringing you more interesting story. And guess what? You would love to miss our guest speaker of the day. Stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, together with me in the house this morning is Dr. Aminu Aliyu. It's nice having you, sir, on our talk show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, before I proceed, I want to say a very big congratulations to you on your most recent conference of the Chief title under the Bata Traditional Council as the Madaki Bata. It's a very nice testament of your hard work and your positive influence on the youth and the society at large. Let's have you introduce yourself to our viewers, sir.
Okay, thank you, viewers. My name is Dr. Aminu Aliyu. As you all know, I'm from Adamawa State. I'm from a polygamous family. Grew up in Lagos, born in Maiduguri, and had my primary school in Lagos, secondary school in Abuja, University in Maiduguri, and went for postgraduate studies in London. I am currently the Principal Special Assistant to the Governor of Adamawa State on primary health care. I am also the Galadima of Jamaica and the Madaki of Peter, just recently conferred. So I think I give glory to God for the success thus far. And I welcome you today for having me to be part of a guest speaker in your TED show. I hope it's an impactful one and we'll have a fruitful conversations.
Wow, sir. Adama is so blessed with gift of men and women. And you happens to be one of the most finest role model to the Adamawa youth as a whole. So tell us about your personal story, how you started with life to this very level.
Well, sometimes it's quite strange when I hear that I'm amongst the finest youth in Adamawa State. And how my story started. As I told you earlier, I was born from a polygamous family. Yeah. I'm the first of my mother, and I grew up basically in Lagos. Had my primary education in Laurel International Primary School, Festac, Lagos, and I went to Abuja, the FGC Kwali, Federal Government College Kwali, Abuja, where I did my secondary school with the likes of Victor Matthias and a lot more Lori and all of that. So a few other more people, were about maybe 20 of us in the whole school. And I also went to University of Maiduguri where I studied medicine, which wasn't actually my call to read medicine. It was a father's decision, because I gave him the option to decide what he wants me to read, to study. So I went to the degree, and all through my career, I just had a reflection that I was the youngest in all my study life, from primary to secondary to university. I was the youngest. I graduated medicine at the age of 21.
Oh.
Yes, it's quite amazing when I tell people, because they see it very, very strange. And I went to University of Sheffield where I had my master's in public health, and I also had another master's in health economics. Coming back to Adamawa State, I would say I'm fortunate to be part of the transition committee during the transitioning of the old administration of Senator Muhammadu Jibrila Bindo and the incoming governor at that point, His Excellency Right Honorable Ahmadu Marufintri. by virtue of the transitioning, I was fortunate to be part of the team, especially State Intervention Committee, where I served as the secretary of the committee. It was a roller coaster of events, 3 months no sleep, where, writing reports. I was primarily charged with, trying to collate all the notes and refining them, because my dad at that point was the chairman of the transition. So it gave me a good knowledge and understanding of the state's architecture and the state's, the state's status at that point. And my dad was telling me at that point that a lot needs to be done. We need to support this administration. We need to help, no matter how much it will take me. I have to do whatever I'm doing to come and support the government. So as God will have it, the first appointment that His Excellency made at that point in 2019, to be precise, I think on the 24th of December 2019, I was appointed the Senior Special Assistant of Primary Health Care. The office was the first of its kind, newly generated office, and I was able to maintain that spirit, that positivity of ensuring that I give my best and I do my best. And but what surprised me at that point, because here we're here to give honest opinions.
Yes, sir.
What surprised me at that point was when the appointment came out. It was all over the media, especially from the Numan domain, accusing me for snatching a quota that I don't belong to. Dr. Aminu doesn't stay in Numan. Dr. Aminu doesn't know anyone in Numan. How comes he's appointed? And that got to me, and I said, I must not be in Numan to act and make an impact.
Sure.
And I gave myself that challenge, that singular word gave me that drive and that energy to ensure that I make a difference. And as God will have it, aside my primary assignment in the primary health care, which we've done a lot, we've ensured that counterpart fundings are paid, human resource for health, the gap is reduced, health systems are strengthened, and also we ensured that we built the confidence in donor partners. And today, the outcomes from the last 4 years has been an exponential rise in the impact we've made. I've also in a way tried to integrate the gap between the youths, especially the House of Fulani and the Bachamans of the Bata, because this is one thing that all of us need to work together.
Sure.
We are highly divided in terms of religion, we are highly divided in terms of ethnicity, and highly divided in terms of maybe social class.
Yeah.
And that made me create, there was a coalition for youths improvement federation, which I was the convener. And I ensured that every December we meet and greet. So we have a sort of gathering in our family house. I don't know if you've attended one before.
Yeah.
Have you?
It's, together with
So the whole aim is to integrate our thought process. I'm fortunate to be a Muslim, not because I chose to be a Muslim. I was born to be a Muslim.
Exactly.
We were born to be a Christian. And God made us to be in the same place. So we have to tolerate one another. We have to coexist as one. And we have to make sure that we support one another. And that's the call I keep saying. Yes, I might be a political appointee, but I have a conscience. And the conscience is to see that we all thrive. especially the youths. The elderly ones above the age of 45, 50, 55. Because to me, a youth, anything above 45, you're no more a youth. So at that age of 45 and above, I believe you've done your own quota. So if we all come together, speak to ourselves, create a forum where we act against religion and ethnic, I believe the sky is our limit. I am one singular person in Adamawa State, or in Noman, or in Demsa, or even in Jamaica, because I represent Jamaica as a Kaladima. I have drilled about 38 boreholes in Noman, Demsa only.
Wow.
38 in numbers. Is it from Bolki? Is it Yanga? Is it Bari? Some places I don't even know. I just have a line list of them. And these people I don't know, I've never seen them. It's just a call to serve, to ensure that we do the right thing. So I think we'll have more conversations behind the screens.
Actually. I'm so impressed on how you spoke about your educational level till this very moment. Our parents used to tell us, they say, school is the key to success, of which is really true. Before you achieve anything in life, you must have to go to school to acquire knowledge and understanding before you get to any level. And in our past generations, people who have diploma, degree and all that, they are seen with people of high dignity. It's very easy for them to get jobs around the globe. But in our generation now these days, with your degree, you can't even get a job. You finish your school, you sit down at home for like 4 or 5 years, you apply for a job and you can't get a job. And you now imagine someone that didn't even go to school, that don't even have that qualifications, such as you, has a job. And that is why I think most of our youth these days feels like school doesn't make sense anymore. Just like one singer said, he said school is a scam, of which I know is a lie. Even the person who sang that song went to school, sir. He schooled abroad. And that thing has got into many youths around. They don't want to go to school anymore. Some have gone into scamming, Yahoo, our girls has gone into hookups and all that. So what do you have in mind to tell those youth out there that feel, since you went to school and school has brought you to this very level that you are now, so what do you have to say to those youth out there that who feels school has no value in life?
So what I'm saying, or what I said before,
yes sir,
is about having a conversations around ourselves. Like you rightly said, the point you mentioned here is in generality that they've lost hope.
Yeah.
So we need to bring back the hope. Someone needs to take the lead. Someone needs to make that change. Someone needs to act. And how do you act? Support the less privileged. Support the unemployed. Those that went to school and they don't have a job. See how I, us, and many more can help these people get a job. So when you have a pilot phase of awareness that, okay, fine, there is someone here or there are people here who can support you get a job, you're bringing back hope into them because they've lost it. There are a lot that have lost hope in even working anymore. They want to go into business. Support them. You want to go into cinematography. What they mean by school is a scam. It doesn't really mean the going to school is a scam. They are acquiring the certificates and using that certificate to earn a job is what they're saying is a scam.
Okay.
I can be a banker and I end up being a musician.
Exactly.
So that's where the scam is. I read banking and now I'm a musician.
Wow.
So it's just to follow up the process, get a handful of people, build up their hope. Just like I was telling you, I was able to get an employment for 30 people. Those people have lost hope. They never knew they could get work, they could get employed, and I gave them that hope. And after then, it's been a rush of CVs. People are out there submitting CVs. Doctor, help me get a job. Doctor, get me a job. So we need to, and we should try as much as possible to close the gap between us and the locality. That is why I try as much as possible for every program that I'm invited, I try as much as possible to be there so that I connect with the people. I connect, I integrate myself with people and hear the story. It's very worrisome. It's very disturbing that people go to school and there's no job. So in my own little way, I do my best. And this is why I keep calling for a local dialogue between us and the locals.
Wow. So we are now agreeing to the fact that they said Nigeria is a changing destiny country. What you read from school is now different from what you're doing. Wow. So sir, just like 2027 is somewhere around the corner. I don't know if it's right for me to say it here. Maybe you want to contest for any position in the government?
Well, not that I thought of.
Wow.
Not. Because, as I keep saying, we need to speak to ourselves. It's not right for me to make any move on that. Because my total aims here is to be able to go to Zaro's place.
Yes, sir.
I want to see a locality where I can go to Zaro's place, sleep over, have fun, with no second thoughts.
Okay.
I want to have that situation where we are all integrated, we will love one another, we have a common front, and we agree that we are ready for leadership. Because I can decide to contest today based on what I feel or what you feel or what other people feel as fans. I can decide to contest today, and at the end of it, someone out there will say no. Hope you know this is a religious local government. Hope you know no man is predominantly Bachama. Who is Dr. Aminu? Why will a House of Fulani come and lead us?
Okay.
So we need to have that conversations around it. Why will a Muslim do that? So I don't think it's right for me or anyone around that hemisphere to make such moves.
Due to some of your statement earlier on, like you've dug boreholes, you've secured employment for people, it looks like you're a very jovial person. So what can you tell us about your philosophical nature and the people you've helped around the globe, not just in Numan Celebration alone?
So thank you very much. I think it all goes down to conscience. I'm a man of conscience, and I get so emotional, when I see people, seeking for help. It gets to me, and that's why I try to ensure that I take people out of that situation. There, I might not be able to solve their problems.
Yeah, actually.
But, at least I should be able to render a certain length of help. The issue of borehole got my attention when I went to, is it Duam? I think, no, not Duam. There's a place called Saliwaja.
Yes, in Numan.
Yes. And this elderly lady stopped me. The first thing she said, I got an iska yan siyasa na.
Wow.
You know, kumbar muna shan wahala. I was passing. Kumbar muna shan wahala. Sai cin kuɗin mu kan kuke. So I now stopped the car. I said, please stop. Now step and I met the woman. I said, Mama, ina kwana? Ta ce, Mama kin sani? Ta ce, ban sani ba, ma ko ne yan kuma ne ko na yan siyasa na masu cin kuɗin muna wahala. Tun da aka yi wannan anguwan ba su taɓa samarwa ba. They have to walk distance to get water. That was one episode. The second one was a place called Green Village.
Yeah.
They don't have water. And the third one was Mari. There was a locality, Mari, that they've never seen water. And the water they used to drink is like a coffee tea water. And I asked, I said, how much does it cost to dug a hand pump borehole? At that point, I think it was about 400,000 naira to do a hand pump. Is it Tuka kitchen machine?
Yes, sir, actually.
Borehole. And I said to myself, I said, whatever it takes to support the people, regardless of whether I'm an appointee or not, I'm human, you know. And that's how I started, without any political affiliation related to it. And I met these people that normally dug boreholes because we share almost the same office with them. What they do is borehole. And I said, guy, come. I need you to support me. I want to dig at least 50 boreholes in Numan. I want to dig 5 per ward. Because if one cannot sustain, 2 cannot, I want 5 per ward. Because there are 10 wards in Numan. And I said, it's doable. Am I ready? I said, even if I'm not ready, I want to do it. Let's start it. They brought a line list of cost and all of that. Millions to millions. I don't want to mention. And he said, okay, fine. All I need, I should get him an accommodation for his staff, get a garage for his well, and get him a focal person that they will go around. So they did their survey. Some places where we're supposed to do 5, we're able to just do 2. Some places that we're supposed to do, we're not able to do because it was a deep well. Okay. So the whole assignment took us 3 weeks to a month. We dig, we install, and we commission. We took it off media. Not knowing some people were tracking it and they were posting. If I tell people what I've done in Numan, people will not believe. Even the boreholes are just because it happened close to the political time, and a lot of people posted and tracked it. So it's just about conscience, humanity, and fear of God that really touched me to do that. And a lot more, I believe, will still happen, because even 3 days ago, a surveyor went to Saliwaja and Green Village, and there's one place, Sabon Pegi, Pari or something. You know, there are deep wells that's as deep as 250 meters depth. So I believe it's just all about conscience and nothing more. And I think I'm fortunate enough to have that in me that gives me the fear of God to do it.
That's very, very nice. you actually just like the woman said, Suni is coming siyasa. No, I really liked what you did at that moment. You stopped, you greeted, and you were challenged. There are so many people who can never be challenged. No matter what you say to them, they feel like it enters through this place, goes out. Let me use Hausa. They feel like they don't care. I think the last but not the least, in view of unemployment, what's your take on youth enrollment, on skills acquisition and entrepreneurship and the state at large, not just Numan or the state at large?
I'm a medical doctor.
Yes, sir.
You're taking it broader. Well, as I told you earlier, I don't want to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be seen political. I try as much as possible to maintain community development. That's why I concentrated in issues like boreholes, which is for the community, and a few supports for people. But in terms of skills acquisition, it's something I need to work on. Support, but there was a time in Numan that I gave out 30 sewing machines. I don't know if you captured that. I don't know. Sewing machines to tailors. There was a time I gave out stipends to 500 people. 20,000. I don't know if that was you mean by skills acquisition, or is it about training?
Yeah, actually
about training. Yes, by the glory of God, there is something that I'm working out for the state.
Okay.
There is an office called the Center for Management Development. It's under the Ministry of Budgets and National Planning. Center for Management Development deals with training, skills acquisition, and also developmental career progresses. And it's not located in Adamawa State, but has been captured to cite Adamawa as one of the locations it will domicile its office. This is one thing I know I'm working on, to bring the Center of Management Development to Adamawa State.
Okay.
And it's regardless of local government, it's all inclusive. Whatever you want to be trained on, tailoring, cinematography, artisanship, it's a full center where you can develop your skills and be empowered.
We want to know your advice to your fans out there. What do you have to tell them? What advice do you have to give them to make value of their lives, not to waste purpose?
My advice to them is to want to understand that Dr. Aminu is not their regular kind of politician.
Okay.
Dr. Aminu is somebody that wants to interact. I want to be a realist. I want to be someone seen as being supportive, regardless of the terrain. I want them to see Dr. Aminu as an open-minded person who dislikes or gets irritated by religion or ethnic. I want my people to know that we're all one family. We are all youths that we need to grow together, support one another, and take charge and be in control of our destiny. And I think if we all have that concept in our head, the sky is our limits, and we have a common goal to achieve.
All right, now back to my viewers. We have actually come to the end of our talks. I still remain Prince Elkanah Galadima Angbali, popularly known as MC Kash. I'm very nice to have you guys on my talk show. We'll be back next time.
So you have Galadima in your name?
Yes, sir.
And I'm the Galadima.
So once again, I want to say very big thank you for opening the doors to your house for us to come in. We'll still come again next time, because this conversation is very sweet and very, very lovely.
You have to pay me now.
No problem, sir. No problem, sir. So viewers, stay tuned. We're going to come back. Please follow our YouTube channel. Like, comment, and share.